And we're live. So today I'm going to talk about what are the master cell activation patches and everything that you need to know, or at least the basics to get you started. So let's move on to my sharing my screen with you. And I'm your host, Dame Lillian Walker. I'm a stem cell activation specialist. I speak globally on platforms throughout the world, teaching, training doctors, holistic care practitioners, brand partners, and clients and patients on how to use this life-saving technology. All right, so let's talk about the X39 light technology patch, how to activate your own light, look and feel younger, and our mother cell activation patch is called the X39. It is a patent approved, and it is also vetted and verified by over 90 clinical scientific studies that are peer-reviewed with double-blind placebo done in the United States, Europe, the UK, as well as Asia. And on top of that, we have over 120. We're actually over 150. I believe our scientist has actually over 150 or 200 patents now, but we have 120 of them nicely organized so that you can look them up on a site. And we'll talk about that at the end. So this is a patented light technology that will elevate, activate, and regenerate your DNA to optimize your body at the DNA level, to repair, to restore, and regenerate everything head to toe. So moving on, let's talk about my friend Marcy, who just lives down the 405 freeway here in Mission Viejo. And Marcy's story is really quite remarkable. She had suffered 3 times with breast, the big C. This third time, she was not responding to chemo or to radiation, and the doctors basically washed their hands and said, "We're so sorry, too bad, so sad. Just go get your affairs in order. There's nothing else that we can do for you." And in fact, that's when she told her friend, Dr. Rhonda, "Oh my gosh, I'm dying." And as you can see from here, she had this radical transformation in 90 days, but this is showing you from 2019 to 2020 to 2023. And in fact, I can show you pictures of her and I as recent as last month, actually just a few weeks ago, because like I said, she lives down here, but we travel throughout the world, throughout the United States, Europe, and abroad. So when she started in 2019, she had a great deal of inflammation as a direct result of the diagnosis that she had from the breast big C. We don't make any medical claims. We do not treat, cure, heal, diagnose, or offer any protocols. These are made in FDA regulated and FDA compliant facilities. They are medical devices. They're not food or drug, but they are made in FDA registered facilities. So back to Marcy. In 2019, she had a lot of inflammation. She was literally knocking on death's door. Doctors couldn't do anything for her. And as you can see, she had this radical reverse aging, not anti-aging, but reverse aging and regeneration and body optimization at a DNA and cellular level. And in 2020, she looked like this. And in 2023, she changed her glasses. She looks like this. And she very much looks like this to this very day. So let's talk about this what we used to be able to call this stem cell activation patch. We now call it a master cell activation patch. And the X39 is a light technology patch. It uses photobiomodulation that's been around since 1895. Not the patch itself, but the process of using light, infrared light specifically. And in this case, the X39 uses your own body's infrared light, not infrared light from the sun or from anywhere out there or from a wand or a device. It's using your infrared light. And it's made out of organic crystals, as you can see here that I have here on my chest. This white dot is a grid work of organic crystals that form a perfect lattice. They're programmed with specific frequencies. And because they're crystals, they're the reflectors of light. Whose light? Your light. So how does this X39, and how does this light work together? So the universal truth is, why does stepping out into the sun quickly change you from sad to happy again? Within 20 minutes, the sun creates vitamin D in your body. The other thing it does is the moment the sunlight touches your skin, your pulse ox goes up. Anyone who wears a pulse oximeter, they'll not only measure their pulse, but their pulse oxygen levels are also measured, and they'll immediately notice that their pulse oxygen levels immediately spike up, which is a good thing. And so that's why you feel better when you're out in the sun. And so we have practitioners that are using this light therapy. We have doctors and holistic care practitioners using this in emergency rooms, in hospitals in the United States and in Europe and in the UK. Med spa owners, med clinics, IV infusion therapy clinics, regenerative medicine doctors, anesthesiologists, dentists. Boy, we have stories about dentists with people in their chair going from totally having anxiety, having high blood pressures, and within minutes you apply this cell activation patch, master body optimizer, onto the patient, and within 2, 3, 4 minutes, heart regulation, blood pressure, pulse all goes into normal range, and they can proceed on with whatever procedure was going to be done to them. So why light and why X39? So first of all, this is a non-transdermal patch. That means nothing transfers into the dermis. That's what non-transdermal means. Non doesn't, trans transfers. Dermal is skin. Unlike a nicotine patch, testosterone patch, birth control patch, that puts things that are absorbed through the skin into the body, this does not. Therefore, this is also non-invasive. There are no drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants. There's no dosing that's necessary. There's no prescription that's required. This isn't over the counter. It is patented, a patented form of light technology known as photobiomodulation or phototherapy. And it's just light because we are light beings. Touch your face, touch your neck, touch your hands. That 98.7 degrees is a measurement of the infrared and near infrared light inside your body. That's what you're doing when you put a thermometer in your mouth. So when GHKCU, probably never heard of GHKCU before, but when GHKCU is elevated, it becomes the holy grail of healing. Here's the organic chemistry model and formula, and here is why. GHKCU and Dr. Lauren Picard discovered that GHKCU had many biological effects, the most important being that it activates a third of your previously dormant stem cells. Now, what qualifies Dr. Lauren Picard? Well, first of all, he has a BA, Bachelor's of Arts degree in chemistry and mathematics from the University of Minnesota. He has a PhD in biochemistry from the University of California, San Francisco. And his original thesis, if you can look it up, back in 1973, I believe it was, his original thesis is titled A Tripeptide from Human Serum, back in 1973, June of 73. So what does elevating GHKCU do? Who cares, right? Well, you should care quite a bit, because what it does is it, bam, activates your stem cells. GHK acts as a communicator to your stem cells. It's like saying, hey, hello, wake up. You guys have been in retirement for all this time. We're going to wake up a third of you back out to work again. The original construction crew that was there at conception when that ovum and that sperm united. And now you had complete information because you had 23,688 genes and stem cells that immediately started to form you with that complete information and grow you inside your mother's womb. You had 100% at conception, 50% of them turned off by the time you're 30, and now, boom, 33% of that original construction crew is back on the job, along with the ones that have already been around for a while, right? No matter what age you are, whether you're 2 months old or whether you're 100 years old. So it calls on those old dormant stem cells and tells them to start acting like they were young again and restore the original blueprint. It's optimizing you at a DNA fundamental blueprint level. How much better can it get? Well, what does activating stem cells do? What does the research show? So what are stem cells? Some of you guys are going, all this talk about stem cells. Is that science, technology, education, and math? No. Stem cells are the blueprints. It's part of your DNA makeup. You have 23,688 genes, DNA, that are there at conception. Those are what form your stem cells to build you. They're all the little construction workers that build you inside your mother's womb. So these stem cells create the growing baby inside your mother's womb. Then that baby is born and the stem cells begin to down regulate. For example, the baby cannot grow another head because each one of those stem cells has 100% of all the information that's needed to create eyelashes, to create an ear, to create an eyeball, to create your brain, your heart, the blood, anything and everything in its entirety from head to toe. So what the stem cells continue to do is to repair and to regenerate that original cluster of cells that became a baby at conception until you're about 30, 35 years of age, at which point 50% turn off. Not because they're damaged, not because they're destroyed, not because they've disappeared. They simply go dormant because of age. And so what does activating these stem cells do? So what does a new baby smell like? They smell fresh and sweet, don't they? What do their skin and hair feel like? So soft. Fast forward, you get to age 20. Do you have gray hair at age 20? No. Did you have wrinkles at 20? Most definitely not. So what does activating your stem cells do? And what are stem cells? Well, let's get to the age of 30, 35 years of age. Your stem cells are beginning to decline because, like I said, you have 50% of them. They've turned off by the time you're 30 or 35 years old, just as a function of aging. By the time you're 60 or 65 years old, 90% have turned off. Now you only have 10% left to take you to the finish line, whatever that finish line is, whether it's 60, 65, 80, 90, 100, 105. And that's really the story of aging. So what does activating your stem cells do? Well, that's a great question. So these stem cells are the cells that repair and regenerate your entire body. And stem cells can do it faster, quicker, and optimize everything to a younger, healthier state. Even if things were dysregulated by the time you were born, it can go back to that original optimization from conception, which is extremely powerful, as you can only imagine. Why are activating these new young stem cells so important? Well, one of the things is that each one of those original stem cells are pluripotent. So what does that mean? That means that those stem cells are the only cells in your body that are changeable. They can turn into whatever you need, whether it's a stomach cell, a liver cell, bone cell. There's no limit. Anything that's contained inside or outside of your body can be optimized and can be replaced and regenerated by that original master smart cell. And so the stem cell army starts to march as soon as you apply one of these little medical devices that are FDA compliant, class 1 medical devices under the general wellness category. So these have the unique ability to travel through your body, repair the most important tissue first, because they do something called triage. They know how to prioritize. Okay, what things do we need to do in order to keep you alive? What things are secondary, tertiary, and so forth. They move on to what you feel, and then you need 1 month of cell activation support for every decade of life, just to start off with. Without being on this life-saving technology, your body is normally on a 7-year schedule to replace and turn over all 56 trillion cells of the body. So if you're 30 years old and these are turning over, it's going to happen more efficiently on a 30-year-old because you still have 50% of your stem cells, right? On a 60-year-old, you only have 10% of your stem cells. So it's still a 7-year cycle, but those are going to be faded versions that are being replicated, because you only have tired old 60, 70, 80, whatever age you are over 60, you only have 10% of your original workers that were on the job at conception, unless you have a device like this on you. That's research is showing that this is the on switch to turn them on. So within 24 hours of you applying our mother cell activation patch, the X39, you have a third, that's 4,000 genes, 4,192 for those of you who are scientists and neuro nerds like myself. It shows that 4,192 of these genes are turned on, and it resets and it begins to do your body optimization instantly. Within 24 hours, this takes place the moment it touches your skin. So a patch, I'm sure you would agree, that a patch sure beats an injection, an IV. Injections, IV are expensive. They're painful. They only last for a certain amount of time. There's a half-life of about 7 minutes. Every 7 minutes, you have the dissipation of, for example, glutathione in your body. If you're doing an injection or an IV of that, every 7 minutes, once the entire dosage is in, every 7 minutes, it halves. So 500 milligrams of glutathione would turn into 250 to 125 every 7 minutes, so that within 24 hours, then that full effect is gone. It's still beneficial to people. However, with this, you're signaling it to turn on, and now you have glutathione levels that are 300 to 600% higher. How do I know that? How do we know that? We know that because we've measured it, and we've got 90 clinical scientific studies that are peer-reviewed with double-blind placebo done in the United States, the United Kingdom, Europe, as well as Asia. The other thing is putting a patch on is not invasive. Nope, so easy, a 5-year-old can do it. There's no guaranteed results, but I can tell you this, I can absolutely positively guarantee you that if you stand in front of your bathroom mirror, and if I were to take you and we were to stand in front of your bathroom mirror, and I were to take you and maybe have you hold your cat or your dog with you, and you were to look in the mirror, no one is so special that our reflections, including the cat or dog that's in your arm, wouldn't be reflected back in that mirror, as well as the non-living entities known as your bathroom walls, shower curtains, sliding glass doors, whatever else it is that you have in your background. It would also be reflected back on that mirror. And I must tell you that this is an organic mirror crystal nanotechnology using photobiomodulation applied on traditional Chinese medicine acupuncture points. And if you look at the patches, it has these tiny little crystals. Those crystals are acting like diamond crystal mirrors, just as you take a flashlight and flash it on a diamond, and that crystal acts like a mirror, and it reflects back all the light from the original source, which is that flashlight, back to your eyes, and you witness all the colors of the spectrum back in your eyes. Same thing is true with these crystals that we have here, which are organic. Sugar crystals, salt crystals, hydrogen, oxygen, water crystals, and a proprietary blend of organic amino acids. Pretty cool, isn't it? And no one is so special that it's not going to reflect back your infrared light, because a mirror is a mirror is a mirror. Everybody's reflection, everything's reflection reflects back when looking at a mirror, when looking at a crystal. So how do you wear this? Well, you can see here that I have here on my chest, one here. Actually, you can see I have one over here. I've got about 5 of them down my neck. We have a suite of 11 different patches that restore, repair, regenerate the body to a younger, healthier state. We've got the mother cell activation patch, the 39, the daughter 49, and then glutathione, carnosine, eon. That collection of those 5, I call the Fantastic 5. They take care of the primary systems of the body. In short, we tailor the patches based on what it is that you need. There's a patch just to turn off pain receptors. There's a one called Silent Nights to help you if you have sleep issues. There's one to enhance energy, increase your heart rate variability, and improve your lymphatic system if that's something that you want or need. And there are several others as well. There's even one to activate your pineal gland, which I absolutely love and also does wonders for your skin. So you're going to wear these patches 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And instead of it taking 7 years for you to turn over the 56 trillion cells that you have in your body, that is going to collapse the time frames where now what would take 7 years is now going to happen in the next several days, weeks, and months. And so we recommend that you wear the patches 12 to 18 months every single day, 12 hours on. You put them on first thing in the morning. Let's say you start at 9 a.m. and then you remove them 12 hours later. Your little alarm says remove patches. You take them off. You match the 12 hours that you signaled with 12 hours of rest, repair, and restore. And then you repeat daily. You begin over the next day. Keeping well hydrated, you want to drink half your weight in ounces of water from the time you get up until you go to sleep. So let's recap what happened to my friend Marcy, who just lives down the street, down the 405 freeway from me, who's about a foot taller than me. She's quite tall. Most of my friends are tall. As you may or may not know, I'm very petite. I'm only 5'1". But anyhow, day 1 and day 2. Oh my gosh. And this happens to a lot of people. The taste of chemo metal came detoxing out of her mouth and her tongue. Not a very pleasant experience, but that is the process of your skin pushing out of the body, ushering out the chemicals, the toxins, the things that don't serve, that don't help the body. It's purging. The trash is being taken out. Day 5, skin on her hands became very soft. Day 10, emotionally, which is a big deal because our emotions are as a result of the chemistry in our body, make no mistakes. So she went from feeling stripped of life, depressed, literally feeling like dying, to wanting to live again and wanting to go back to work after being disabled for so long. Her body followed her mind, and she has been in remission for over 3 years now, and she's been on the patches now for 5 years. And this woman has now, at this point in time, saved hundreds of thousands of lives. Yes, you've heard that. In 5 years, she has saved hundreds of thousands of lives, including mine. She definitely saved mine. Thank goodness she said yes to the patch. So I want you to meet next the inventor, David Schmidt. And he developed this light technology originally for the Black Ops Navy SEALs. And the first patch that he invented, when they asked him, hey, David, can you invent something for the Black Ops Navy SEALs? Because they use, right now, we're putting amphetamines, energy drinks, and uppers, and those work, but it's very hard on the body. And when the effects of those things wear out, of course, the body crashes. Not good. We need something that's more organic and holistic. Can you come up with something? That's because he's a man of prayer and meditation. He went into prayer and meditation. He said, let me see what I can do. And as he stayed in the void and asked for that effective question, he got the divine download to invent this never seen before technology. He immediately went to his labs, started to test it, and lo and behold, the emergence of the first patch was our energy enhancer patch. It's a 2-patch system. Tan on left, white on right. And the SEALs started to use this technology, and then the rest is history. This company was founded in 2004. For the next 10 years, David put millions of dollars into stem cell research. He also got a grant from the University of Galway in Ireland. Long story short, he studied this for 10 years with the most renowned stem cell university in the world, National University of Ireland. He has over 120, actually now he's, I think, over 200 patents, plus 90 clinical studies. He's developed a suite of light technology products because it's not limited to just the patches. And we have labs and manufacturing in California and Ireland and 15 distribution centers all over the world. This is one of those 120 patents, but the one that is dealing with RX39. And this tells you that as a result of elevating copper peptide, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvement in stamina, elevation of collagen production, improved wound healing, and other beneficial effects. That's all X39. And so this is also showing you a 77-year-old woman where her brain was scanned, and you can see all the red shows you the significant amount of inflammation that she had when she started. Session 2, inflammation is all gone. Super, super impressive. Session 3, even less inflammation. This is really quite extraordinary. So she had improved memory, focus, and cognitive brain function, as did I, and increasing GHKCU supports cell and nerve regeneration. Okay, so if you want to learn more about X39, get back to the person who shared this video with you. And I want to thank you for tuning in, tapping in, turning on today to this information session about how this wearable light technology can help you. My name is Dame Lillian Walker. Get back to the person who invited you to this presentation. If you want to learn more, you can always come back to this YouTube channel to learn more. You can also follow me on facebook.com/Lillian I. Walker. And I want to thank you for sharing this time with me. Ciao for now.